Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about Express Entry. Let's move forward with the video. Express Entry is basically an online application system that is created to pick up the skilled workers from the foreign countries to be getting immigration to Canada. Now, Express Entry is a very easy and convenient way to apply yourself or through a agent for the permanent residency in Canada. Now, basically it involves two main steps. The first steps includes the creation of a profile, which is the first thing that you have to do in order to get enrolled into the Express Entry system. And the second process or the second step comes later on, which is basically creating an application for permanent residency, which is after you get an invitation to apply. So these are the two basic steps that will be covered in Express Entry. I'll be breaking down all of these steps further to make it easy for you to understand. Okay, so the first step that I need to talk about is IELTS. The first thing that will help you understand if you fall eligible to Express Entry or not. Now, the most important thing regarding IELTS is to create a assessment score or to get your score. Now, there are a lot of free assessment tests that are available on the different websites. I'll also be linking few of them. It will also provide you an idea that how much your criteria for getting IELTS should be, or what should be the minimum score that you should aim for. This is also a very important point to know because it helps you set your target regarding IELTS as well. So the first step is IELTS. You have to score as high as possible to increase your chances. When you will be doing the score assessment, you will also see that increased score will eventually lead to the increased chances for you getting the invitation to apply. So make sure that you put your focus on that. I'll also be putting up a video regarding IELTS, some tips and tricks regarding helping you with that. So do follow on that as well. Now talking about the next step. The next step is your educational credential assessment. Now there are few organizations that are authorized by the Canadian government to go for that. But the most common one, or the one that I will be talking about, or the one which I have experience with, is WES. Now WES is a very simple service that you can get your credentials assessed by. I will be linking the website and the basic procedure that you can go through. Now another important thing to keep in mind is the time frame as well. You need to make sure that immediately after your results you send your documents for attestation, or while you're preparing for your IELTS you do your homework for your credential assessment as well. That is also very important. Time management in both of these steps is very crucial, so you need to make sure that you follow that as well. Now if you talk about the next step regarding this will be creation of a profile in the Express Entry website. Now that is totally an online system, which is online application process. It is also self-guiding, so when you go to the website and when you start the application, it guides you all through the process. You have to add your basic information, you have to add your educational credentials, you have to add your experiences as well. It is also very important to write properly your job description. The next thing that you have to is to officially put up the results for your IELTS and your credential evaluation as well. So you will be adding or putting that in the profile. Well, so when you are done with your profile, when you have completed that, then what you have to do, you have to wait for an email, which will be basically your invitation to apply. Now this is the first step that you will be applying, or this will be the first step regarding your application. So before that, it will just be, the job is just to get the invitation to apply, or the chance to be considered. So when you get the invitation to apply, you will have a fixed amount of days for which you have to complete the documentation. Now that documentation that will be required will be a lot of different documents that will be required, and for which I believe that you need to work beforehand to complete all the set of that documents, and that will include translation if you have the documents in other language apart from English. So make sure you have translated documents of your marriage certificate, your children's birth certificate, your vaccination cards for the children, and all of the documents that you need to have. Now another very important thing that will be asked for would be your police clearance. So you need to make sure that you have that beforehand as well. As the time limit that is granted for the submission of application is limited, it is sufficient for you to complete the documentation, but sometimes you never know that the documents, you might not be able to submit the documents on time. So you need to make sure that you have all these documents done beforehand. When you receive the invitation to apply, you are also asked to get a medical test done. Now the medical test is something that you cannot do before. They will assign you a medical center from which you will have to get the test done, so you will have to wait for that information as well. And after you are done with your medical and you are attaching all of the documents, you are ready to submit the application. The last step would be the fee submission. Now after you have submitted your application, you will be receiving an email regarding confirmation of your PR, that is COPR letter. So you need to make sure that you keep that safe. And after that, you will also be asked to submit your passport to get a one-time visa. Now when you can get your one-time visa, that will be for PR purpose, it will be mentioning that. So you will just be able to land on the Canadian territory and you will be receiving your landing paper. And the last step is definitely the landing that you will be doing. And this totally sums up all of the steps that will be involved regarding your express entry. I'll also be linking all of the websites. If you have any other questions, any queries, you can definitely reach me here and here. So I'll be looking forward to hear from your responses. Thank you.